This young lady, let me back up. Let me stop right here. She took several tours to the Middle East. I'm gonna say it a little slower. Some of y'all. She took how many? Several tours to the Middle East. Several. Now, can you imagine this beautiful, beautiful woman in a foxhole with a gun in one hand and a cell phone in the other hand, signing people up between bullets flying over the foxhole? Now, y'all think I'm kidding? This is real. This is real. And she done that so well with ACN. Now, watch this. No excuses. No excuses. While she's in the military, no freaking excuses. She kept building her business, knowing good well when she got out of that man's army that she don't want to look back. She did so well. Listen up. She did so well by being a coach and a good teacher that her residual check was bigger than a retirement check. I'm gonna say that again, because some of y'all didn't catch that. Her residual check, Daryl Ransom, and ACN coach Johnny, is bigger than her retirement check. Look at Sharon, look at Sharon. She'll return the flips. I'm here to tell you that this woman can do it. See, when I hear stories like that, that motivates the you know what out of me. That means it's possible. Like Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, and everybody's breaking all the time because she had to go sit the bar to let the rest of us see that it's possible. But I want you guys to understand she did it in a foxhole on several tours to the Middle East. And a residual check is bigger than a retirement check. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to our call, the Regional Vice President, Ms. Cole.
Man, in the Army, they didn't even like give me accolades like that. Like I'm blushing because they never talked so highly back then. They just said, go to war. That's it. And so before I get started, that was wow, Mr. Thomas. I am truly honored. I am thankful. I am blessed to be here. I'm blessed that you would allow me to be on your call. I have no words, you guys. I'm just super excited, you know, and I'm just thankful to be here. Thankful to God that allowed me to be here. That song was rocking, wasn't it? So I'm fired up. But I asked them to play that song before I say much about myself, you guys. I asked them to play the song because Pastor Mike is one of my favorite gospel artists. And if y'all heard the words to the song, he talked about, I got it. He talked about how can't nobody do it without God, you know, depending on what you believe, obviously. But he talked about his battles already being fought. He talked about already getting it. He talked about it's already mine, you know. He talked about just it's mine. Like, and the reason why I was excited about it and using that song is because it's already ours. And so no matter where you are in your business, whether you're a new CQ or a senior vice president, it's mine, you know, and they say death and life is in the power of the tongue. And so let's start speaking life from this point forward. So like he said, my name is Lakisha Pose. I'm a regional vice president here in ACN. But you guys, my background, I was a U.S. Army officer. And when I took a look at ACN, I was actually in Afghanistan at the moment. I was in Afghanistan at the time, and I had a high school friend reach out to me. Well, no, I take that back. I was looking at a high school friend on social media. How many of y'all watch people on social media, right? We watch success, we watch, you know, different lifestyles and different things like that. And I asked her, I said, hey, whatever you're doing, I want to do, because in the Army, I don't have that same lifestyle. Well, I will have you guys know that this individual, she and I went to high school together, and you guys may know the name. So I'm gonna share with you who she is. She just happens to be Senior Vice President Chanel Burt, who is my actual, I see you, Miss Catherine, right? She is my actual sponsor. So she is who sponsored me directly into ACN. And I watched her over the years while I was deployed, while I was in the military. And I just, you know, how many of y'all want to be around like-minded people, right? And I just, her success exuded all over social media. And I just wanted to be a part of it. And so when I got back from Afghanistan, I said, listen, I'm in. Let's do it, right? I was on leave, you know, kind of celebrating coming home, you know, but however, I got started immediately. And here's what I'll tell you guys. I got started, number one, because my mom and dad were both retired, but they always called me for money. I don't know why in the military, they tend to think that a Brinks truck pulls up every 1st and the 15th with money or something. I don't know how many of y'all can relate to that, but they always called me for money. And I just wanted just some extra income at the moment, y'all. And I don't have the struggle success story. I need y'all to understand that. I didn't struggle. I made pretty good money in the military. However, I didn't have time. I didn't get to do what I wanted. You know, Uncle Sam, I never even met the guy, but he always told me what to do, when to do it, however he wanted me to do it, right? Sent me to all types of duty stations, Germany, Korea. I've been stationed in New York, obviously Afghanistan 5 times, Iraq 1 time. And so I've been all over around the world, but I never had freedom, okay? And so a little over 7 years ago, you guys, though, while I was in the military, the Army sent me a letter. They said, Lakisha, you're great. However, you have to go. So I was actually at 17 years and 10 months. Anybody ever work a career so long that you just knew you were in there? Like you just knew that you weren't going anywhere? Well, that was me. I knew that I was going to retire from the military. I was going to continue service in the military. I was like, they had me, y'all. You know, if I could be transparent, they had me. I was never leaving. But 7 years ago, when they sent me that letter, they said, Lakisha, you're great. However, you have 6 months to get out. And at that point, you guys, that's when I realized, Mr. Rick, that I had no control over my life like I thought I did. See, Miss Susan, that's when I realized that I couldn't do what I want whenever I wanted, because at any given time, they could get rid of me. And I want you guys to understand that, and the gift that we all have here in ACN, because they can't get rid of us here, but in your careers, I don't care if you do 20, 30, 40, 50 years, if somebody comes along better, guess what? They can get rid of you. And you always have to have a backup plan. And I am thankful. Like I said, I'm blessed that when God closed one door, he opened another. And I had already started building residual income in ACN part-time, which has turned into full-time income for me. And so as I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about today, I want to talk about core. I want you guys to write this down, core, right? Core, change or remain employed. All right, I hope you guys writing it down. If I can't see you, please cut on your cameras. I like talking to everyone. I see you, Ishmael, Sharon, Adrian, Danny, Mr. Clemens, Daryl, Nina, Jackie. Listen, change or remain employed. Now, what does that mean? Obviously, it's self-explanatory. You got to do something different to get something different. Y'all heard the saying, right? You got to change, all right? Now, change or remain employed. Now, what I want to start my leadership off with, how many of y'all like personal development? Anybody start that day with personal development? Every day, you got to start off with something, because anybody wake up and don't feel like getting out of bed, right? Every day, sometimes. I know I'm not the only one. Raise your hands. I know sometimes you just don't want to get up. Deborah, it's okay, right? But, right, you have to do something different to get something different. So what I'm going to do is show you guys this quick video that gets me up in the morning. It's like 2 minutes long, but it gets me fired up, kind of like that song. All right, so hold on, give me a second.
Those days that you don't want to do anything, where you're too tired, too sore, you just don't feel like it, those days, those are the days that count. When you have those feelings, it's even more important to step up and get some. If you've got something to do, don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't voluntarily do anything tomorrow that you should be getting done today. Get it done today. Don't wait. Attack it, destroy it, and move on.
Stop waiting for something to move you and move yourself. You're your biggest problem. Everything is external that moves you. Now I want you to start moving yourself internally. I want you to be able to push your buttons and not let anything else push your buttons. You gotta move you every single day. If you get to a point in your day and you down and out, if you get to a point in your day and you exhausted, you get to a point in your day and you're not feeling it, you can stop right there and change the mood. Nobody control your mood. You control your mood. You control your feelings.
I don't care how small it is. I don't care how minuscule the movement is, but make movement. Move forward and do that every single day, no matter what, including today. You aren't getting any closer to your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan or your 7-year plan or any plan that you've got unless you get up and start getting after it today.
I woke up one day and stopped making excuses. I woke up one day and stopped playing the blame game. I woke up one day and looked at the man in the mirror and was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Wake up, it's showtime, let's go, get up. Go to class, get up, do your homework, work on your gift. It was given to you, but you gotta hone it. And the reason why some of you are not where you're supposed to be, you've given yourself an option. You've given yourself an out. You've given yourself an excuse, but you have what it takes to do it. And the problem with some of you in this room, you don't have no drive. You ain't got nothing pushing you. You have no reason. You better find one before you get out of here today. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be. You are a royal priesthood. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live.
Don't that just fire you up? Oh my goodness. Every single day, it's like, how could you not go on with your day without like watching that? Like if you watch that every single day, you're just gonna move. He said, get it done today. Stop waiting. You know, every time I watch that, I think about myself and what I'm doing and what I'm not doing in my ACN business. And I said, listen, get it done today. I know you're tired. Get up. I know you, look, would you rather be tired or be wealthy? Like, what you like, come on, which one, right? Would you like to have freedom or be tired? Like, we got to make a choice. And he said, you're your biggest problem. How many of y'all know that you are your biggest problem? Right? You can't blame your upline, your sideline, your downline, you can't do it. One of my RDs said this the other day. We have to look in the mirror more than once a day to get dressed, right? You got to start looking in the mirror. He said, move forward. And who's pushing you? Right? If you don't have nobody pushing you, you push you. Okay. And so that's why I kind of wanted to go over core. Like I said, pens and pencils out, you guys. I have 8 core values. I kind of want to go over with you guys that we incorporate across our teams, incorporate across our businesses. And so here's the thing. What are core values though? Core values of an organization are those values that we hold, which form the foundation on which we perform work and conduct ourselves. Right? So what does that mean? ACN has core values, right? Right? God, family, ACN. That's our values, right? God, your family, then everything else, right? What are your values when it comes to you and your business? Well, here in ACN, I'm gonna provide you, if you don't have any, I'm gonna give you some values that you can follow, all right? So the number one core value in ACN is show the plan. All right, show the plan. What is your daily method of operation of showing the plan? How many people, I heard Mr. Thomas talk about that. How many have Zooms scheduled? How many, we actually are live. How many are having PBRs, right? What does your daily plan schedule look like? All right, and if you don't have private business receptions, that's what we call them, or PBRs, private business Zooms, whichever, who are you talking to daily? Mr. Thomas, I love how you led with how many leads you got today. That is really inspiring to see how many leads everybody has, right? Just think about that. Who are you talking to every single day, right? Are you tracking who you talking to every single day? Do you have a goal of showing the plan every single day? Let's say my goal is to show 5 people the plan every single day. Like, what is your goal, right? You have to set that, all right? So number 1, show the plan. Number 2, personal use of services, okay? Now we have way more than this now, but are you your own customer, okay? We used to say if the ACN police came out, you remember that, Mr. Thomas, and they were looking to see if you were part of ACN, would you go to jail? If they came to your house and see what services you have, whether you have Vivint or electricity or internet or Truby, right? Can they go and see Impact Health Sharing? Can they go to your home and lock you up because you invested? You know, and I have to bring this up because right now, obviously, we are in a shift in our business. We have different services. And now, obviously, you already know that Impact Health Sharing is a major part of our business now, right? In the military, right? I used to think that, oh, I have healthcare, I'm good, right? You know, but you guys have to understand that Impact Health Sharing is bigger than just, all right, I'm good. You know, in the military, I can only go to the VA hospital per se for service, right? But with Impact Health Sharing, I can go anywhere. You know, I just had a team call right before this one, and one of my business partners, you know, regional director, Mr. Pat Everett, he said this, and it made me really just change my thought like immediately, because he said, you know, we need to change our conversations to what people need, right? Yes, people may have health insurance, but listen to this, guys. My business partner said his brother the other day had a heart attack. He's fine, but he had a heart attack. And you guys, he didn't have any type of health care. So instead of them trying to figure out if he's okay, you know what they were thinking about? How they gonna pay for it. Think about that. And it's so many people that's in that situation, you guys, that you mean to tell me his condition was less important to, you know, what was happening than how they gonna figure out how they gonna pay for his health care, right? And so we're more concerned with that. So everything we've been learning, everything that the co-founder's been putting on us has been mainly about health sharing. That's going to be the biggest distribution of income in our businesses. And so I suggest everybody take some time out of all the services we already know, love, and trust. You have to take some time to learn healthcare, health insurance, impact. There's nothing like walking into a CVS, just grabbing something I need instead of having to wait till the hospital opens. Okay, there's nothing like having better prescriptions, right, on our healthcare. And so personal use of services. How many of you guys are using and taking advantage of the services you offer in ACN? All right, so show the plan, number 1. Personal use of services, number 2. Number 3, outside sale of services. Okay, Mr. Thomas asked the same thing. How many of you got customers? How many of you offer services? I saw some Vivint and the electricities. And how much time do you spend getting customers every single day? All right. Are you using your script? Some of us got away from favor, help, try. It still works, you guys. Favor, help, try, includes your why. People buy emotionally. I know I do, right? Anybody been hungry before and go to the store? And you buy emotionally. So how many of you are offering services outside of the ones you have yourself? How often do you follow up with people that don't join your team? See, one thing that some people on my team, they like to do, they do follow-up emails, right? So let's say you have a private business reception and they don't get involved in the business. Well, guess what? Send them a follow-up email and say, thank you for joining my private business Zoom. I appreciate it. If I can be of some service, if I can help you, if I can provide you better value or the same on the services that you already have, do me a favor, help me out. Try my services. My team sends emails. They send text message. They're always following up, right? The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? Now, how often do you follow up with old and current customers? Because I think sometimes in our business, now, granted, it's only been 11 years for me in July, okay? Sometimes we forget to reach out to those current Vivint customers, because we have Vivint customers maybe for about 6 years, right? 5, 6, well, as long as they're the customers, but we forget. I'm gonna say internet, right? How many are following up with those people to offer them more services, or as their contract ending, depending on the services? How many of y'all are following up with those people? Okay, raise hands. You following up, David? All right. So, all right, show the plan, personal use of services, outside sale of services. Number 4 is books. Okay, books. Coach Johnny, what are you reading? Catherine, what are you reading? Leaders are readers, okay? Miss Jackie, what are you reading? What are you pouring into yourself, Adrian, every single day? Okay, Miss Hayes, what does your personal development look like? Let me see it. That's what I'm talking about, right? I know who that is on the front of that magazine, all right? What are you pouring into yourself every single day? I have a book. I have several books. I don't know, y'all probably can't see this because I'm on this thing, but it's John Maxwell, Success is a Choice. Does y'all agree with me with that? Success is a choice. Another one, The 25 Biblical Laws of Success. That's one of my favorite books because depending on, your spiritual faith, I love how they incorporate that with your leadership, how God shows different examples of leadership, back in the day. 25 Biblical Laws of Success. Some of you may have been on the call with Mr. Larry Raskin where he talked about making quantum leaps in your business. All right. We have a book across our team called You Too. All right. Multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. Oh, I need to take that thing off so y'all can see this. Let me see. I don't want to blur my back. Okay. You Too, I guess. All right. So what are you reading? Where do you get your daily dose? And see, and when it comes to books, you guys, I don't want you guys to just write it down to read it or, highlight stuff, right? Write down some notes so you can share it with your teams, right? It's not just for you. The books aren't for you. They're for you and your team. Okay, sorry they cutting grass if y'all can hear that outside, but how often are you reading? What is your daily goal to read? 10 pages a day, 20 pages a day? Okay, let me tell you guys something. I spent 18 years almost in the military until I was forced retirement, right? I don't think I've ever read, I probably read regulations, but I didn't read as much as I do now in business because books, you have to have a mindset shift. Books help you create a mindset shift in your business. Okay, so when you read, how often are you sharing it with others? So that's number 4. Number 5, audio. What are you listening to? Okay, do you have a purpose when you read? See, one thing about me when I read, I'm really big on, I wrote this because I want to share this with you. It says, see yourself as a teacher, okay? Anytime I'm reading books or listening to audio, I listen to it in a way where I can translate it to others in my own language, okay? So I can give my team what I got, right? Not necessarily exactly what I'm listening to, but how I can translate that into our business. So what are you listening to, okay? Visualize and imagine, everything that you're listening to. I like to listen to, I had to slide this in my slide deck, How to Win and Influence People. Everybody knows about Dale Carnegie. Y'all know what's a great book? Anybody ever read Who Moved My Cheese? That, when I first joined ACN, that was a really short read, but it's a good read about change, affecting change, and not doing nothing at all, right? It's about mice, but it is really good about being the change you want to see or just sitting around. I think if I can remember, Scary, he was the mouse that he got it done. Who and Ha, they was the ones who had to analyze it, right? They had to analyze and contemplate on if they was gonna go find the cheese. And man, y'all gotta read that book. All right, so Who Moved My Cheese? And as you're listening to that audio, the audio is good too. Every time you read or you listen to audio, immediately apply a piece of that knowledge to something in your business. People tend to think you got to read a network marketing book to be effective in network marketing. No, there's so many different types of articles and literature. I still have success magazines, and I go through them every once in a while to get. They used to have these CDs in there. I used to, collect. I still have those CDs. I don't know how long some of you been in. Y'all might have came through the Zoom world, but we had CDs that we got every single month. And I love those CDs. So number 5 is audio. Now here's the biggest one, accountability. All right, let me say this. Each and every one of you are independent business owners. So what does that mean? You are not dependent on your leadership, your sideline, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your relationship, your situationship, whatever it is you in, right? You are independent of everybody else. I like using this slide because if you look at the words around accountability, it means responsible. It means taking ownership. It means commitment. It's blameworthiness. Okay, liability, action, trust. Okay, it is up to you. Miss Bird will tell you, for what I did or didn't do, I've never made an excuse to her. Never. Why? Because it's me at the end of the day. You know, when I got started, I did the business for obviously my mom and dad. But once I got kicked out of the military, I had to do it for me too, right? And I've always taken accountability. How many of y'all would love to make more money here in ACN? Raise your hands. I want to see you have some hands. How many? Adrian, I see your hand. Okay, Harrison, you don't want any more money? I don't see your hand. All right, raise them hands up. Everybody raising their hands because why they want more money, whatever your reason why is, right? But I want you guys to ask yourself, when I do our Thursday training calls, I say this decision making versus decision taking, because on a lot of leadership calls, you'll see it on the ACN slides. It says make a decision, right? Making the decision to join ACN was easy. I think that was the easiest part. Decision making, right? But decision taking is for all of you that raising your hands and want more money. I want you honestly to ask yourself, have you done the work to make more money? Some of you say, I want $10,000 extra a month, right? But you're doing $500 worth of work every single month. Like, come on, guys, right? Take accountability. Don't shift the blame. You cannot shift the blame on what your RDs do or don't do. Come on, right? Accountability, all right, is very important. Now, next one, counsel upline. I know this is hard because you all have it figured out. You all know what's best for you in your 2-3 months and 5 years in ACN. Listen, I'm still learning, and I'm 11 years in the business. In the Army, you know, we have ranks, different ranks, right? And obviously, the higher your ranking, the more mentorship really you're supposed to provide, the higher your ranking. Because as a leader, right, in the business, and I'm gonna share y'all the 3 P's of a leader. You're supposed to provide direction. You're supposed to provide leadership, right? Your leaders are supposed to provide this to you as well. Advice. It's supposed to give you training, motivation, right? I don't even know if motivation is really a big thing, because can't nobody motivate me but me, really, right? Everybody's great, you can do it, right? But it has to be from within, okay? So counsel upline. Okay, Senior Vice President Chanel Barrett, like I said, is my direct upline. And if anybody ever know her work ethic alongside of Erin Cody, she's definitely a leader, right? She's definitely in your face, no nonsense. I don't want to hear no excuses. Get it done. You want to make money or nah type of leader, okay? And so you got to counsel your upline, okay? Now, one thing I didn't, I'll share it a little later, okay? And then attend all events, okay? Last but not least. So let me go back real quick before I finish this last slide. Show the plan, personal use of services, outside sale of services, books, audio, what else? I done forgot. Book accountability. All right, what else? I'm missing one. Oh,
Council upline.
There you go. Council upline and attend all events. That's 8. All right. So attend the conference calls. Attend the basic attitude session. Attitude. We have basic attitude sessions on coalition team. Attend all your Zooms, all your training events. Why? We all know that it creates vision. I know Mr. Thomas talked about training events in Baltimore. Listen, and I'll talk about that in a second because that is my hometown. All right. So paints vision, right? Let me tell you, the moment I decided to attend events, like I said, I was in Afghanistan. I joined ACN as I was transitioning. And Ms. Bird said, hey, listen, I know it's August and we have an international training event in September. Now, mind y'all, I just got back from the war. I don't want to go to nobody training. I just wanted to jump into business and make some money. I ain't know I had to do this training. Hopefully I can be transparent with y'all. I want to make some extra money so my mom and dad can stay out my pockets. I didn't know I had to go to training, okay? I just figured she would teach me some kind of way. I don't know, right? So she said, listen, you have to go to this training event. Attending training events will keep you 6 to 12 months ahead of the people that don't. So I went to my very first training event, September 2012. Wow. And I had the privilege of seeing a gentleman by the name of James Adlam be promoted to Senior Vice President. That was my very first international training event. And the reason why this event is so special to me, now I've attended every event after that, you guys. Here's the thing, and because I never miss none, but this is the one thing that he said, and I need you to write this down, that I will never forget in my life. He said, listen, the reason why everybody won't see what you see in your business is because eagles and pigeons have 2 different visions. And I will never, listen to that, y'all. The reason why everybody won't see what you see is because eagles and pigeons have 2 different visions. What do I mean by that? What did he mean by that? Y'all know, listen, first off, eagles, right? They're flying, they're soaring. Listen, they soar from rooftop to rooftop, right? They're successful, right? They duplicate success amongst their family, right? Then you have pigeons. Anybody ever walk past a group of pigeons, right? They're waiting for you to drop something, waiting for you to give them something. Sometimes they follow you, right? Try to get a piece of what you got, right? Right. So eagles and pigeons have 2 different visions. So Daryl, don't be surprised by the people that don't support you. All right, Nina, don't be surprised by the people that don't see what you see. Miss Lillard, everybody's not meant to be business owners. That's just what it is, you know? But the right people at the right time, given the right environment, is going to see it and they're going to be there, you know? And I'm thankful that over my almost 11 years in business, about close to 2,000 partners, 15,000 customers, people see it. And I am blessed to be in that position. And one thing about that is, like I said, you just have to go to the events. All right. And I'll talk about that in a second. Now, I don't want to do this call to action yet, but here's the thing. You all got the 8 core steps. So here's what I have a little bit of time. I know Mr. Al said go, but I still be respectful of everybody's time. All right, but here's what you guys have to understand. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I'm gonna read it to you out loud. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another chance to do tomorrow what he gave you the chance to do today. Listen here. We have a problem with waiting, okay? We want our money now. We want our lives changed now. We want to retire our parents now, right? But we don't want to do the work now. Okay? So I want you guys to think about, what have you been procrastinating on? Right? What have you, I get it. I know, Ishmael, you haven't done a Zoom in a while, right? But here's what you have to understand. The great thing about ACN, Mr. Juan, is that you can always start over. Every single day is a new day, Miss Susan. All right, Miss Virginia, every single day is a new, Martha, do you hear what I'm saying? Every single day is a new day in ACN. Quit worrying about what you didn't do. Quit worrying about who didn't support you yesterday, last year. Y'all still crying about people from last year? My mom, my sister, listen, I'm 11 years in, and my sister still won't support me. So you best believe, if you're brand new, I'm sorry to say, there are going to be some people in your businesses that I don't care, they could owe you tens of thousands of dollars. And you ask them to be an ID seal customer, and they're not going to do it, okay? Look, newsflash, welcome. Greg Provenzano, Mr. Greg Provenzano always say this: people are weird. That's his answer, right? Anybody ever heard him say that? People are weird. And that's okay. I get you, David. People are weird. And that's all right. And so in ACN, you guys, there's levels. How many of you know there's levels to greatness? Okay, that's the video, actually. It's called Levels of Greatness. All right, so I'm gonna take the last couple minutes and share with y'all some levels. Anybody need some levels? Y'all know it's levels to this, right? All right, so we talked about leaders, right? These are the 3 P's of an effective leader. How many of y'all think you're a leader, right? How many of you believe that you're a leader? You can raise your hand, it's not a trick question. How many of you believe that you're a leader? Okay, how many believe that you're a leader in ACN? All right, now, and I'm gonna just share that, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but I just want you to know what Webster said, okay? A leader is a person who influences, okay, a group of people towards the achievement of a goal, okay? An example for others to follow. Matter of fact, let me back up. A leader is a person who influences a group of people towards the achievement of a goal. How many people are you influencing every single day towards their ACN goal? Okay. An example for others to follow. How many of you are being the example? All right. Hope I don't ruffle any feathers, but if you're not having Zooms, if you're not doing PBRs, if you're not peaking the business, if you're not enrolling, all right, listen, you got some leadership work to do. I'm not going to say you're not a leader. I'm going to say you have some work to do, because everybody, leadership steps are different, okay? You have some work to do, all right? As a leader, you have to be a route or means of access to a particular place in a particular direction. What is this place? ACN freedom. ACN financial success, ACN time freedom, okay? That is the direction that each and every one of us on this call are going. And so the 3 P's are, number 1, I already said, the person. A leader by its meaning is one who goes the way first and leads by example so that others are motivated to follow him or her. Number 2, you have to provide purpose. The ability to visualize your goal as an accomplished fact, a thing already achieved, right? Purpose, where are you heading your team? I don't care if you have one person on your team, David, right? You can provide purpose to them, okay? You can provide purpose to them, Daryl. Mr. Adrian, you can provide, Harrison, you can provide purpose. Miss Hayes, you can provide purpose with one member or 12,000. They just have to see where they're going, right? Vision, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. People, to be a leader, one must have followers. Are you somebody worth following? Now, do we have ups and downs in our business? Of course we do, right? But guess what? That's what makes it the business that we're in, all right? You have to have somebody that, you have to have people that would want to follow you. Let's say you're brand new. It's okay, right? Do you present yourself in a way where you will have people following you? I told Ms. Burt, you guys, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm going to say this. When I joined ACN, I told her, she'll tell you, you ever ask her what I said? I said, listen, I know a lot of people. A lot of people like me. I'm very influential. Y'all meet them people that say they know everybody, but nobody knows them? That wasn't me. I knew my career has taken me places that I would never have been able to go, I don't think, based on my background in Baltimore City. My military career has taken me places, and I know that I'm somebody worth following. And so you got to ask yourself, that's accountability. Take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you that type of leader that somebody worth following? So now that you know what a leader looks like, I'm going to give you 10 steps to sorting for leaders. All right. And I need some participation in this. All right. I'm going to look for hands, raise your hands. There's 10 steps. And you let me know if you can control these steps or not. All right. Show of hands. Can you control piquing someone's interest in ACN? Put in the chat, yes or no? Put in the chat. Can you control piquing interest in someone in ACN? Do you have control over that? Let me see the chats. Yes, 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 yes. Great. All right. Number 2, can you control someone's agreed to look at ACN? Yes or no? Yes, 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 no. Can you control whether people agree to look at ACN? No, 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 no. I see all the no's. Number 3, can you control whether or not they come to your Zoom or your business reception or whatever event that you have? Attend an event, yes or no? No, 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 no. Can you control whether or not they sign up in your business? No, 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 no. Can you control whether or not they attend trainings, international trainings, emerge, elevate? Can you control whether or not they attend those events? Great. Can you control if you promote them to ETL or regional coordinator or above? Can you control that? Can you control, and I see all the no's, can you control whether or not they catch the vision here in ACN? No. Somebody put capital no. No, 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 no. Can you control if they duplicate the business? They create leverage. Can you control that? No? All right. Can you control, oh my, so y'all face was over my 10 steps. So I skipped number 5. Can you control if they are get customer qualified and get their first bonus? Right? Can you control that? Can you, as a leader, control that? Miss Virginia, you say yes? Or no? No. All right. Now, can you control, last but not least, can you control if they follow the system? All right. I see no's, yeses, all things. So let me tell you guys something. These are steps to know if you have a leader, right? If you can answer yes all of them, you may be on your way to a great type of leader. But there's only one thing you can control. There's only one thing, you guys, you can control, is that's you piquing their interest. There's nothing else that you can control on this sheet. You can't control if they get promoted. No, that's not your control. Yes, can you help them? Yes. But you have no control over that. You can't control, y'all already know that, right? You guys are leads on the line. You can't control if they attend the event. Some of y'all not even registered for Baltimore. So you know that's out of control, right? Duplication. You can't control if they get new IBOs. Only thing you can control when you're looking for a new leader is what you do. And if you're constantly looking for this type of leader who can do all this, then the leaders will come. You'll find those people that attend events. You know, you'll find those people that catch the vision, okay? But if you're not piquing nobody's interest, then you just out there, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so like I said, there's different levels. Number one, that was L for leader. Number two, exert, okay? So I'm using the word levels, right? So in the Army, we use acronyms for everything. Everything has an acronym. And so for levels, because there's different levels, L is leader, okay? I just went over that. Number E, exert. Exert is to put forth, to put oneself through strenuous effort to apply diligently. You guys, anybody ever get a membership to the gym, right? Anybody got a membership to the gym? You got it in January 2023 because you said, Carolyn, Catherine, you said it's time for a change, y'all. Y'all do that every year, right? I am changing this year. And that's the #1 New Year's resolution: more money and to lose weight. Okay. But the question is, how many of you actually go to the gym? Because you know you got to do something, right? Here in ACN, you got to do something. You got to put some energy. You got to put something forth, right? You have to attempt to make calls, okay? You have to put some kind of effort to get people to take a look at it, to want to do it, right? Exercise as ability, exert means also to exercise as ability or influence. You have to try, right? You have to do, I ain't gonna say try, you have to do it, okay? So E is for exert. All right, V, vision. I said earlier, vision. What's your vision? Every beginning of the year, across our team, I give the team vision. What I want to do in the year 2023 or whatever year we're in, right? I give them some sort of vision. The ability to think about or plan the future, with imagination or wisdom. It's the ability to close your eyes and imagine a future that doesn't even exist yet. Vision is the ability to see right what is in front of you, right? Beyond what's right in front of you, okay? So how many of you are or have created vision for your team? Where do you see your team going? Wherever you could say we're headed to an RVP organization, SVP organization, RD organization, whatever it is. What's the vision that you're creating, Mr. James, right? What are you showing your team what they can do or how they can get there, right? You know, the saying is what? Without vision, people would perish, right? In the Bible, right? So you have to create some sort of vision for your team. So #1 is leader in your levels of business. L is leader, E is exert, V is vision, all right? Let me tell y'all about this picture. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all about it before I show y'all this picture. So I remember telling Ms. Burt, I said, you know, the team is gonna be so big that one day, you know, Greg Provenzano, he's gonna come to our area, right? Now I live in little old Killeen, Texas, you guys. 50,000 soldiers, wives, you know, family members, right? Yeah, I think it's 50,000. Oh, is it 500,000? I don't know. One of them thousands, right? But we're the biggest military installation around. And I said, listen, one day what's going to happen is Greg Provenzano is going to come to little old Killeen, Texas. And we're going to have a big event. I know, Catherine, you laughing because it was a joke to me at the time. right? I was laughing too. Now I know what y'all thinking, like, ain't no way Mr. Greg Provenzano is gonna come to little old Killeen, Texas, right? But let me show y'all this picture. Let me know when y'all find Mr. Greg Provenzano. Let me tell y'all, I laughed at myself when I said it initially. I was like, you know, but here's the thing. I believed in what my team could do. I believed in what I could do. And there you have it, Greg Provenzano in little old Killeen, Texas. What you see the picture to the left, that's all the RDs and up. Miss Chanel Burt, all of us, we got to have dinner with him in little old Killeen, Texas. The exciting part about that is the fact that he said to us that over the last 30 years, well, then it might have been 25. The last 25 years in ACN, he really thought he was doing something until he heard the stories of all the leaders that have been in the war fighting for the country. See, I get this a lot, and I've heard, you know, some of y'all think, how many of y'all think ACN is hard? Right? You can raise your hand. I know Mr. Thomas online. Don't be scared. How many of y'all think ACN is hard? Miss Deborah, she got her hand up like this, y'all. She's scared. She don't want to run. Look, ACN is hard, right? Y'all know what's hard? Chinese arithmetic. You know what's hard? Listen, going to war 5 times. You know what's hard? The story I told y'all about my business partner, whose brother just had a heart attack and didn't have no health insurance, no health care, right? He did. You know what's hard? Knowing that he's going to have to take care of his brother and sister, and they got to figure out how a way to pay it. He has it now, y'all, obviously. But in that moment, he didn't have it. So you know what's hard? Trying to be able to take care of your families and don't have the money to provide for their health. That's hard. It's a little, you know, right? But I say that to say vision, all of that, y'all, listen. And I don't know if y'all was in ACN that day, that next convention, but after this event, you guys, that's when I really caught a glimpse of what we were a part of. You know, and I've done so many things in my life, but I've never had a president of a company come to sit at a table and have Applebee's, I think. Was it Applebee's we ate? It might have been Applebee's. And he sat down and ate. And, you know, we gave him an MRE. If y'all military people know what an MRE is, raise your hands. We gave him an MRE, which is a meal ready to eat, comes in a box, you know, and he just, you know, he got to experience what we experienced. But that just showed me the potential of what the company is doing, what the team is doing. And I'm just blessed that I was able to be a part of that and be a witness to that, my team and I. So the next E is elevate, okay? Elevate your team to raise or lift something to a higher position. Enhance, exalt to a higher level of respect. I don't care if your new IBO get 1 customer. You better elevate that person, right? People die for recognition. Listen, we say we don't need it, but there's nothing feel better. Think about the first time you got a residual or a bonus check, how good you felt. So just imagine how good your IBOs will feel when they're cashing checks every single week, okay? They're getting new IBOs. One thing I go across my team, and I want y'all to write this word down, and I mean it. One thing across my team that we said we would be is a selfless type of organization. The more you put people ahead of you, the more you're going to elevate yourself. You have to become selfless in ACN, right? It doesn't matter whether you are in your businesses. If you become selfless, listen, God will promote you to he's going to open doors that you never even knew existed, okay? So you have to be willing to elevate other people, right? Do stuff outside of yourself. Think about, will you get paid in the process? Will you get to take care of your family in the process? Yes, Melissa, you will. Yes, Miss Susan, you will. Yeah, Miss Melissa, I'm talking to you, girl. Listen, elevate your team. Mr. Tom, elevate your team to a higher position, right? And obviously, y'all know they gotta want to do it. Now, you can't push a donkey up a hill. But they have to want to do it. But if they don't want to do it, find somebody that will, that wants to do it. And like-minded people that have similar tastes, all right, have the same characteristics, people with similar opinions, right? You want like-minded people in your businesses, right? Like-minded. And last but not least, the system. You have to have somebody that wants to follow the system. The system is a way of working, organizing, or doing something which follows a fixed plan or set of rules. All right, everybody got that? A fixed plan or a specific type of rules. So saving yourself time, energy, and money. And so here's my, let me find my call to action, guys. Call to action. All right. Gotta leave you with a call to action. All right. Get with your mentor. I hope what I said today moved you in some kind of way to get to action, because you can't get results without doing the work. Okay. So get with your mentor, set some goals, write them down. Rewrite your contact list, schedule your private business receptions today, right away after this event. All right. Also, set amount of bonus income that you could use the next week. All right. Because you do know, look, let me give you all a secret. Come on, come in, come closer. This is a secret. If you want to cash a check for the following week, okay, you have to put in all your services. Let's say you set an amount, $1,000, $500, whatever it is, unless you're brand new in the business. If you get all your services in by Wednesday, right, you know you can cash a check or get a direct deposit by Friday. Do you know that? That's why ACN says there are weekly bonuses that you can get. Okay. Oh, Outback. Pat said Outback. I'm just saying that. We went to Outback. Anyways, make a list. Make a follow-up list. Do virtual 3-way calls. Listen, you guys, you got to do whatever it is to get whatever you want in business. And I wasn't just here to hang out. I was here to let you know what's been working for my team. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, you can teach what you know, but you will only reproduce who you are. That's our H3 leadership book. All right. And so I hope something I said, you guys, did something. There's levels to this business. Remember, core, change or remain employed. You have to do something different to get something different, because you keep doing whatever you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you always been getting. Okay. And if little old me, clean Texas, no business background, first and the 15th of the month paychecker, right? Going to war, didn't know why, can do this business part-time and turn into full-time income for me, you best believe you can do it. You best believe that you can achieve anything you want to achieve. And so with that being said, listen, all roads lead to Baltimore, right? Mr. Thomas talked about that earlier. All roads lead to Baltimore. And if you're not registered, I already told you, but people that attend Baltimore, they're going to be 6 to 12 months ahead of the people that don't. And if you don't attend, listen, shame on you. All right. You got to have to do something different to get something different. All right. So it's $159 to get registered. Get registered. I am going to be at home in my hometown where I was born and raised, grew up. I'm excited. We've never had it there before. And if you want to get to RVP, SVP, you got to attend Baltimore. So thank you, Mr. Thomas. I really hope something I said, I know you're working. He's a working man. Hopefully something I said touched you guys. That's all I ever wanted to do, is just be a blessing, be a blessing to other people. And thank you guys so much.